everybody, welcome to my channel. As promised, I got some new content for everybody. So on this episode, I have a very special guest who is a really good friend of mine that I first met when we were in prison as minors, charged as adults. And I'm gonna go ahead and let her introduce herself and let her describe what we're gonna be doing today.
Hi, so everybody, my name is Giovanna. Like she said, we met in prison. So here we pretty much have a bunch of questions. Like every time we tell somebody like, oh, I've been to prison, or everybody have the same about 10, 15 questions, and they bombard us with questions. So Jessica put together all of the questions, and I guess we're just gonna pick through them and answer them for you guys today.
Yeah. So, do you want to do the honors and start?
Okay, I'll do the first question.
All right, let me move everything out the way.
Okay, so it says, how old were you when y'all met?
So I was 17 because I went to prison in 2009, even though I had already done over a year in jail. So how old were you? Were you 17 also?
Yeah, I was 17 when I met Jessica too, but I got locked up when I was 16.
I got locked up when I was 16 too, but she's from Phoenix and I'm from Tucson, so we didn't meet until we actually went to the state prison.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I got to the second one. Were you scared to go to prison? For me, I wasn't scared, and I think that was because I was just so numb to the reality of the situation, and that was like my coping mechanism. Like the reality didn't hit me. I wasn't scared to go. I don't know if you were.
I was scared. My sister told me that people were gonna jump me and take my shoes. She was like, and when you get your radio, have it in your pocket. Don't bring it out of your room because the girls are gonna jump you and they're gonna steal your radio.
That's so funny.
And I was like,
it's definitely not like the movies where it's like, you have to go up to the biggest bitch and knock her out. It's not like that.
I thought it was.
Your turn.
Okay, so it says, what was your first impression of each other?
You probably thought I was like super nerdy. Like I was super dorky.
I did think Jessica was nerdy, but then I thought she was like crazy because I was like, what are her charges? and I was pregnant too.
Yeah, no, that's what I was gonna say for yours. I remember my first impression of you because you had your big old belly, and I just remember I was like sad. I was like, oh my God, she's a little girl and she's pregnant and they have her in here. Like what? That was my first impression. I felt really bad that you were pregnant and in prison.
Let me tell y'all, when I got my first call home after I finally made it to prison, I was like, they have me in here with killers. I said they be robbing people because there was another girl there that was like, Barna, she didn't make it there. Well, to the minors unit, she met us.
Adults.
But she was like, she did a chain of robberies. I don't think anybody we met in prison is bad. It just be the situations that we be finding ourselves in.
It sounds bad on paper, but then when you actually meet the people, you're just like, oh, like
it's a regular person. Yeah, like girl, you did that for real.
Yeah. Like they'll be your friends. Like it's like like a murderer. And it's like and you're like, man, I can't even believe that even happened. Like,
right. Cause I was like,
anyway, all right. Why did you go to prison? What were your crimes? So when a month after my 16th birthday, I was present during an armed robbery. Super sad situation. Somebody died that was completely innocent, and so I had a bunch more charges, but when I took my plea agreement, they dropped it down to a class 2 armed robbery. So that's the felony that I officially have on my record.
Me, I'm not gonna lie, I've always been a little bit hot-headed, so I just found myself in a situation to where I was assaulting somebody, I guess, with a deadly weapon. So that is my charge.
Assault with a deadly weapon?
Yeah. Does it look like I would be assaulting people with deadly weapons?
No. I look like I would arm rob somebody.
Look, let me tell you, Jessica, I would leave my purse around you. So I'm like, girl, I would never guess. I would never guess. She's not a thief, guys.
It's crazy the situations that just like life brings us in.
Yeah.
Like
I think it mostly have to do with the way we growed up. Like, you know, when you poor, you kind of gotta just deal with certain stuff. You meet certain kind of people. You be placed in a lot of situations.
And
that
for
you
me,
wouldn't.
I was a runaway. Like, I lived with an older man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just not a good. I was in foster care before I ran away, so it was just.
I come from a very broken home. Like, I was living with my dad and his girlfriend, and then I ran away from home, and it was a lot. So I think that run away from home was our main similarity. When you run away, you find yourself into some grown-up situations.
Messed up situations. So, and it's your turn.
Okay, were any of your cases high profile? And do you get recognized for your crimes?
So, I was on an episode of The First 48 called Last Fair, and let me tell you, I paroled to Texas to start a new life for myself and go somewhere where nobody would knew me, because the town I'm from, Tucson, is actually pretty small. There's like 1 million people there, but everybody knows everybody, and I just felt like if I went back that everybody would always recognize me because mine was so high profile. But even when I moved to Texas, people would still recognize me. Like, I had a couple of jobs. At one point I was a cashier working 2 jobs, and one of my clients was like, I saw you on TV, and I was all the way in Austin, Texas, and I was like, oh my god, his name is Junior. I was like, Junior, please don't tell anyone. Like,
oh my god.
Yeah. And still, like, sometimes people will message me on Facebook, like complete strangers who will see, like, yeah, there'll be people talking shit to me, like, in my inbox, like because they saw the episode or whatever, and then they'll try and like Google me or whatever, and like random strangers will be like just talking the worst crap to me. I'm like, you don't even know my situation. You don't even know how I got there, and I didn't even make a statement to the police for you to even know. Like, they just have this judgment of me from like what they portrayed about me on the show.
But so, you know, it's crazy because I watched the episode like after I got out and stuff like that. I wouldn't have, I don't know if maybe because I watched it after I already got to know who you were, but I wouldn't have blamed, like, I wouldn't put that blame on you or the other girl. Now that, like, you know, I mean, it's a fucked up situation, yes, but you was a minor, like, and knowing how, like, sometimes men can manipulate us, especially us being young girls, and we don't have nobody to depend on. We got this person that's supposed to be taking care of us. They say they love us and this, that, and the third. You kind of get manipulated, so you be like, okay, you know, it just go that certain kind of way. Because I found myself in a similar situation, maybe not as deep, but being manipulated by somebody I thought loved me, you know, and I be doing shit or, oops. I be doing stuff or saying stuff.
It's my YouTube channel, because if we want.
You know, but like finding myself like doing stuff out of my normal character, maybe even question my own integrity sometimes because I thought I loved this person because he manipulated my mind. So that's why I wouldn't really blame you two ladies, because even her, she was mind manipulated too. So
yeah, but other people don't see it that way. You know, like outsiders that have never had life experiences the way we have, you know what I'm saying, or just, I don't know.
Yeah, well, hopefully after they see this video, they will understand.
Hopefully. I won't hold my breath though. And
Don't.
So, tell me how it was growing up in prison.
So, it was fun.
I would, honestly, I would say at first it was so hard, and at first I was delusional that I was gonna get out. Did you always tell yourself you were gonna get out? Like, you couldn't.
Yes, in the county part.
Yes,
like, I'm going home next court day. Next court day,
I'm gonna go home. And I remember, I'll never forget. I think that for me, like I said before, like I was so numb to the situation to like be able to, because I was looking at life in prison at 16 years old, a month after I was looking at life in prison. So for my own coping mechanism, I had to just like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I had to, like, yes, exactly. So, like, every time my family would come visit me, and they would come see me, like, once a week when I was in county, and I would be like, I'm going home next court day, I'm going home next court day. And one day, my brother Romeo was just like, you don't, like, he had to yell at me, because, like, I was just such in La La Land. He was like, you don't fucking get it, do you, Jessica? He's like, this shit is serious. Like, you're not fucking coming home and then on your next court date. And then that's when it like clicked in my head, and I don't know. But also I think it was good for me too, because like when I was a runaway, I wasn't in school and stuff, and then like I almost graduated high school in that year that I was there. I think I only needed like 2 classes, which I never got because we can't have high school classes in the minors in prison once you go to prison for county jail. But I did get my GD. You got yours too, right? And it was fun because we were, I think I was bored, but we always found ways to do, like, to make fun of it.
We did.
And we were always laughing and clowning, and it's just like, that's what you gotta do to pass the time, so.
When we were in the minors unit, I'm gonna speak about the minors unit. I think that was the fun part.
Yeah, I had fun, but I did a lot more time as an adult than you did.
Yeah.
So I had fun even as an adult.
I did too, but maybe not as much.
I just remember laughing so much. Like,
the minors unit was like a sleepover that you could never leave with a bunch of catty girls, but
just bored, bad teenagers with attitudes, all in a room that's so small. Just bored with nothing to do but like fight each other, and like realliance each other, and like
yo,
like,
it was so much
drama,
petty arguments. Yeah. I even think, didn't we beef at a time?
At first, I think,
but was it
because you were friends with Kiosha, and Kiosha's my mortal enemy.
Oh yeah,
I literally fought Kiosha.
Now she became my mortal.
I literally fought Kiosha like 10 times since I've known her. It's like every time I see her, it's almost like Peter Griffin and the chicken, you know? And we just see each other and we fight. And it's like sometimes she beats me up, sometimes I beat her up. But, you know, I made her cry with my words. It's like,
so many times. I forgot all about her. I forgot I used to be her friend.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Well, it's because when I first got there was only like 4 of you guys or something, and then after I got there ended up being 12. Remember?
Yeah.
And that was like the most in the state of Arizona that the women minors that there had ever been in the history of the state. Like, they didn't even have enough room for us.
Yeah.
So
I think when there's a lot of us, I think that's probably when it was the most fun, but the most drama, because that's when we had that. Remember that other pregnant girl? Can we say their names?
why not? Yeah.
Cucciani girl.
Was she pregnant? She wasn't pregnant when I was there. I think she came back.
She did come back
after I was already 18.
Oh, maybe.
Because she wasn't pregnant when I was there.
Maybe because she came back pregnant. I think
Cotriani.
I can't say her name.
Cotriani. I don't think that was her real. Was that her real name? Because she used to go by different names.
Yeah, Cotriani.
Cotriani.
Kuchikachi, Kuchilachi.
Oh God! And there was something I want to mention, but I don't want to put that on my YouTube channel because it has nothing to do with what we're talking about. I'm not gonna say. I'll tell you after we're done filming.
Did it have something to do with Cucciani?
Yes. Do you remember? Oh man. I'll tell you after we're done filming. Anyway,
think I might know.
The long story short, it was brutal at first, but then when you get used to it, it's fun, and you made the most of it. So
it was like a family, because once we turned 18 and then we hit the big yard, I think when we hit the yard with another person that was in the minors unit, we automatically clinked back up again.
Yeah.
Because like when Jessica was on the yard and then I came, we were back like this. Yeah. And then another girl came.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then another girl came, Jasmine.
You're 18 already. Yeah.
And then it was just like,
never
was like, you would have never thought that we weren't friends before.
Well, we weren't like not friends, but it was just your friend didn't like me, but you were never rude to me, but your friend didn't like me.
Yeah.
So like I don't remember you ever trying to like talk shit to me or beef with me. I don't remember that.
I never did talk shit. Yeah, I never did. You know, honestly, it's probably only like 1 or 2 people that could say I did talk shit to them in there, and that was the big old girl, the one that had to fight.
Which one?
Remember when she told the police when she went to cry in the bathroom? Remember they locked us down after remember right after I had my son?
Yes. Oh my God, yes. Alexis.
Yes.
Oh my God, dude, she was a hot mess.
I couldn't believe
she
her.
Was a hot mess, yo. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Yeah, we could bore you with stories for days. It
Yeah.
might be interesting to you, but I don't know. I'll move on to the next question.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, because that one went on.
Yeah. Do you think you deserve to go to prison? That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I don't think that minors at all deserve to go to prison. It sounds crazy, no matter what. I feel like we need help. Like I feel like we needed help and not the punishment that was given to us.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, but at the same time, something like we did do things,
Yeah.
or I was present and I didn't cooperate with the police officers, and you know, I was involved in the whole mess that I was in, and then she did what she did. But I feel like instead of sentencing us as adults to prison to fuck up our lives even more, that they should have really taken that into consideration. Like, man, these girls need help. They're young ladies. Like, they're runaways. They don't got anyone to depend on. Like, there has to be something different that could have been done, you know? So
I don't think we deserved to be imprisoned, but honestly, I would probably say it kind of turned out for the better because we wouldn't be where we are
correct.
today.
Yeah, I think that too. And I've thought back in my life, and I'm like, what would have happened to me had I not gone to prison? Like, I was bad as fuck.
Me
I
too.
was running the streets, just didn't give a fuck about anyone or anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, just the people I was hanging out with were losers. So that's like the birds of a feather flock together shit. I'm like, man, I would have probably had 8 children by 5 baby daddies. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And now, I don't know. I just wouldn't have had that like extra motivation in life to be different, you know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But no, I don't think we deserve to go to prison.
Yeah, me neither.
Go ahead.
Ooh, I picked a lot. Okay, what happened when you turned 18? That was a scary night.
I remember mine. They had me pack my stuff up like, what was it? What did they make? Like 11:30 or 11 at night. And they sing you happy birthday as you're walking out the door. And they made me stay in CDU. Did they make you stay in CDU?
No, I went right to Carlos.
Okay, I think my birthday was on a Saturday or something, or it was on a weekend. So they had me go to CDU. I was in a dry cell, which means there was like no sink or nothing in there. They took all my stuff from me. And the next morning, what was that bitch cop that used to be so fucked up to us? The Mexican one that was just like a bitch. And then they started making her not work at the minors unit because she would just fuck with us.
You know what? I don't remember her name, but I remember exactly.
She was so rude. She was so mean to us. Was it Diaz? Was it Diaz? No.
The one who always wore her hair in a bun and her hair was curly. It was Diaz. It was Diaz.
And so Diaz is working there on my fucking birthday. And so I wake up the next morning and I was like, yo, can I get my soap and my toothbrush? Like, I just want to wash my face and brush my teeth real quick before I hit the yard. And she was like, no. And she didn't want to give me my breakfast or nothing. And yeah, she was being so fucked up to me. And then I went to Lumley. You went to minimum. I went to a high custody yard. And so, like, I remember all my stuff just being put in the van, and they drove me over there. And it's like everybody was waiting for me when I got there. Like, it's like the officers told them, hey, this little girl's coming. She's going to turn 18. She's going to be here. And I remember one of my really good friends, who's still one of my really good friends to this day, Trouble, do you remember Valerie? She was like, everybody's bringing me stuff because, like, in the minors unit, like, you don't wear, like, fresh, crisp, orange clothes because you see the same 12 people every day. But when you're on the yard and you hit the yard looking like that, then it's like a hierarchy. Like, damn, if you look dusty, you're dusty. So, like, you have to have crisp oranges with brand new black letters.
You know how girls are.
Your letters better not be faded, and your shoes better be white and shiny. Otherwise, you're dusty. And so I looked dusty when I hit the yard because we didn't know.
Yeah, no, that was like a not.
And so I remember, like, girls were just bringing me clothes and stuff. And you remember they make you watch that. They make you watch that video. Don't take the chips. Don't take the chips. And I was like, I think it was Blaze brought me, or no, it was Jessica Morales brought me a pair of shoes, and Blaze brought me some clothes, and she was like, what do you guys want for this?
Man,
they were like, nothing, Mija. We just want to help you out. Like, you're a baby. Happy birthday. And I remember my homegirl Valerie was like, hey, you're 18 now, Esta. she's like, you want a cigarette, eh? And I was like, fuck yeah, I do. And then fucking wrote me some cigarettes.
Yo,
How was it when you turned 18?
When I turned 18, they packed me up at midnight and walked me over to San Carlos, just me out. And everybody was sleeping. San Carlos was a minimum unit, so everything was a little bit more open and free. So people that were sleeping or watching their TVs, they just see me walking in, you know, and I'm just so nervous because now we in a big bay with all these beds, and I'm coming from the little minor unit, little bay. But then the next morning it was breakfast. I was nervous. I didn't even get up. You know, one of the ladies, she just tapped me. She was like, come, baby, I see you missed the first breakfast. She was like, I'm not going to let you miss this breakfast. Come with me. It was a nice little white lady, too. And not saying that I have anything against her, but honestly, like, in there, you kind of think your own kind would come, you know, step out to you. Yeah.
It's not the case in the women's facility. In the men's it is, but not in the women's. You can sit with who you want to sit with.
Yeah, so...
you can be friends with who you want to be friends with.
Yeah, so. And I thought it was going to be segregated, so I kind of felt like, I was like scared, like, should I go with this white lady? Is she trying to make me her bitch? Like, I didn't know what was going on. But I was like, I don't want to make nobody mad my first day. So I went to breakfast with her, but she was really nice. She introduced me to her other old lady friend. Lord forgive me for that. She introduced me to all her other friends. And they kind of like mother henned me, you know? And then, yeah, it was like that. I got mother hen. Yeah, you get mother hen. Yeah. Everybody want to be your mom. Yeah. Everybody would say, oh, the baby. You be the baby of the crowd.
I was the baby forever. I was the baby till I left, pretty much.
Yeah.
Because there's not a lot of women that go in so young or like...
Yeah, they baby you the whole time. Because I even met people that knew my mom and like my family on the outs. And they'd be like, oh, you just a little baby. Like, you remember Angie?
Yes.
She used to always like, you want some CDs? You're going to listen to my music, you little baby. And you know, they call you little baby in there. Like, okay. Okay, auntie.
Was it my turn or your turn?
Your turn.
Okay. What is the craziest memory you have of each other in prison? Okay, I know. Remember that time that you got locked in my room?
That's the time I was getting ready to say.
Oh, God. So we both ended up on cruise together because I went down in custody and she went up in custody. So we met in the middle and we used to live on the same yard. So, like, what would you come to my room for, like, coffee or something?
After breakfast,
cigarettes?
yeah,
like,
coffee or cigarettes. And just to watch TV, you don't hang out.
Yeah, so, like, usually she would come hang in my room, and then our door would get popped, and we would go to school. So, you were just this time you weren't going to stay. You were just going to get some coffee or something, because I remember we were banging on the door for Frazier to open it, and Frazier just, like, walked around, like, and he heard us banging, and he didn't turn around. He was like... He like did that with his hand.
But remember, Roger came in and unlocked the door and was like, "What y'all doing in here?" And remember, because he's like Anna.
Oh yeah.
And then Anna told him to get out.
Yeah. So Anna was my cellie, and so when she got locked in, we were just like, oh well, fuck it, we'll just go back to sleep because they're gonna pop our door for school anyways. So we'll just get out and go to school from there. Well, then we woke up and we're like, whoa, what fucking time is it? It's like hella bright out here. Well, I guess what happened after they locked the door is that they were looking for a different inmate. And they did a whole, what do they call those?
It was a whole lockdown.
An inmate count?
It was head count.
A head count. Because they were looking for this one inmate. Well, then they found that inmate, but they couldn't find her because she was locked in my room. So then they started going in everybody's cells, like after a while, after they did like a couple counts, and they still couldn't find her.
It was a statewide lockdown.
A statewide lockdown because of us. And so they finally came in our room and they found her sleeping on the bed with me.
We was knocked out.
No, we were knocked out.
It was nice and warm. Yeah. Jessica's room used to be so warm and toasty in the morning.
It was wintertime, huh? It was wintertime when that happened. And then so they took us out in handcuffs. And they were seriously like questioning us.
Like I was trying to run away.
Like we were trying to escape. They tried to get us with attempting escape.
Yes, I was like, dude, where am I?
And then they moved me to 14 yard. And then they
put me to Lumley.
And we're like, no. Like, and we seriously tried to get her out before that. We had no clue that was going to happen.
It was Roger's fault. I'm going to blame him because he came in there and locked the door. I'm going to say it's Frazier's fault because
right away after Frazier locked our door, I was like, Frazier, banging on the door. And he was just like he didn't want to. So
they be acting a fool up in there too.
Yeah. So attempting to escape.
Yeah, that was the funniest memory.
Was that mine? Oh yeah, it's your turn. This is fun.
It is. Did you get in any fights?
Oh, so many. I can't even count.
Jessica was bad. I only got into one fight.
I got into like, I think the older I got, like the less it happened. But the last fight I got into, no, I fought until like 6 months before I went home. Cause I'm not gonna rehash all of them. But remember I'm not even gonna repeat that one.
Okay.